Hello, and welcome to Enlighten My World. I'm Nikki, and I just thought today we could do something a little fun for Halloween. Okay, so Halloween is an awesome and fun holiday. It is one of my favorite holidays. As you can see, you can only see some of my decorations in my household for Halloween, but I try to go, throughout the house, even my bathroom when it comes to Halloween, because I feel it's the time I'm closest to my roots, closest to who I truly am, and it's a time I can be myself and the little witch that hides within me. Halloween, as many of you may know, some of you may not know, comes from the Celtic tradition of Samhain, which is a day where the vibration between the 3D world, the earth we're in, and the spirit world is the strongest, and the closest. So the portal's kind of open. So those of us who are more sensitive to that energy or communing, mediumship, with those on the other side, kind of feel it a little bit stronger and maybe feel the urge to do some spirit work at that time. If we don't normally do it, and if we do normally do it, you're definitely going to do something or be drawn to do it on Halloween's Eve. So, with that said, I thought I would show you some really cool and fun, true traditions that are actually functional to do on Halloween to bring out the inner witch within you. And if you're a light worker or work in spirit at all or with these gifts, know that you got a little secret witch within you. There is a natural witch within you, whatever you want to call it. I think back in the day that is just the word they used to ascribe to or describe those who use these gifts naturally. And I think there was a time back in the day where more of us used them more often, and it wasn't so taboo to where we completely put the kibosh on it and forgot all of our gifts that are natural and spirit given. I'm going to keep whacking this hat. So the first tradition that you should probably do, especially if you're going to do any kind of spirit work, any kind of fun, get together where you're using a Ouija board or you're scrying or you're doing automatic writing or any of those fun things that you might want to do on All Hallows Eve, because the portal is open and the energy is stronger. So it's a good time to commune, but you want to make sure you're prepared. So the first thing is this little baby. Okay, this is a sage stick. I'm sure many of you are familiar. It is something you should do if you do spirit work in your home or anywhere quite often, or just to clear the air. If you work in a negative environment where the energy is lower, especially healing environments, people are coming and needing healing, they're bringing that natural energy with them, and we kind of want to get rid of that. So smudge sticks, and all you do is you burn the sage. You can get this anywhere, local new age shops, you can get it. You can also get it online. I know Amazon has them. Usually it comes with a feather and a seashell, but I just get the sage stick because you can use any porcelain or anything that's not going to burn down the house. And this is just used as Native American tradition. You can use your hand, you can use a feather duster, I don't know, but to waft it in the area that you want the smoke to go. Now, for those of you who are maybe too sensitive to the smoke or allergic to sage, or there's someone in your household that really can't stand the smoke, or it's not good for their health, you can always use a liquid smudge. This one particular is Palo Santo, which I love to use. It has a wonderful musky smell. A lot of my clients, when I use it, because if I go to other people's houses to do readings, I usually bring this. I don't want to assume I can bring smoke into their home. So I'll bring this just to clear the area. It's not my home, it's not my space, but I do need to clear it. And they think, oh, that's wonderful. It smells like man. It does have a very earthy, musky smell, and it is kind of nice. I use this, and I also use Florida water, which is pretty much like Grandpop's aftershave that you may have seen him using years and years ago. But it's all natural ingredients. It smells delightful, kind of smells Old Spicy even. It has like a musky, citrusy smell with with a little woodsy spice in there and an orange smell too. It's very good, and it clears there. It also brings prosperity. You can add it to your spiritual baths because it is all natural. It's not going to harm you. I wouldn't drink it or anything. I guess it wouldn't hurt you, but it probably tastes like crap. So those are just two things. If you are going to do any fun witchy things, you know, Halloweeny things in your house where you are communing with or with spirit or bringing in, divining that energy, please clear your space with intention. So when you are smudging, I say prayer out loud. You can talk to spirit, say only those are here for my greater good and the greater good of all in this household and all involved may enter my home. Everybody else, get out. You're not welcome. Whatever. You can come up with your own incantation. You probably can look something up online. But I do think it's probably better because intention is stronger when it's your own words. Sometimes when I first started doing this, I just said prayers that I knew. I was raised Catholic, so I said Catholic prayers. What's the difference, right? As long as the intention is there to clear the space, to bring the greater good, to bring only things from the light. Okay? Smudging. All right. So the next one is, remember, what is Halloween all about? We are closest, the veil is closest to being open at that time, right? So we commune with our ancestors, of course. And some people do it through Ouija boards. Some people do it through automatic writing. Some people do it through seance. However they want to do it. It doesn't matter. It's all fun. Just remember, though it's fun, it's not fun in games. You are dealing with something very real. And you can very easily bring something in that you do not desire. So you just want to be careful and make sure your intention is very specific. And if you can, get somebody who knows what they're doing to do this with you. If not, I would do it as benign as possible. Don't ask for specific spirits. Just put the energy out there to commune with those of the light. Ask for protection. Pray for protection from your angels before you do anything fun like that. Everyone's seen the movies, the horror movies where the kids bring out the Ouija board. They don't know what they're doing and think they're talking to grandma. And some evil spirit comes in their house and now that is a little exaggerated. Nothing that crazy is going to happen, or maybe it will. I don't know. I don't want to say it won't happen. But the idea is protect yourself. Don't mess with things you don't know about. And definitely smudge, clear the air, pray. That's my Catholic prayer. Whatever works for you, okay? Just make sure that the intention is pure and that everyone that's involved is also clearing themselves, not bringing in any negative energy that something might want to attach to. All right? It sounds like I'm being overly cautious. I just know that things can happen, especially if you have teenagers or if you are a teenager and you're looking into doing this fun stuff. Please take the precautions. You know, you got to wash your hands before you go into surgery, right? If you don't wash your hands before you go into surgery, you're lining up your patient and yourself for the possibility of getting disease. You know, you wash your hands, you put on your gloves. Bloodborne pathogens, right? Universal precautions. Well, you need to take universal precautions when you're dealing with spirit, whether it's for fun or you're serious, okay? So the next thing is we're communing with the dead, right? We're communing with those who have passed. And this is a perfect time to remember our past loved ones. Another really cool and fun and honoring thing that we can do on Halloween, and not just Halloween, every so often when you think of it. I just have my fun dollar store Halloween goblets here just to get in the mood. But if you don't have an ancestor altar, which is simply a little area, can have an ancestor wall where you commemorate those that have gone on to the other side, who you love and care about, want to remember. And that can be anybody from your ancestors. Maybe you have old pictures that your family has shared with you from those who came over from other countries, or if you didn't come over from another country and your family goes way, way back to various time periods, and you have pictures of that, or just the people that you knew that have been in your life and passed on. Just a little area where you set up commemoration to them. The ancient, if you've ever seen Coco, you know that an ancestor altar is very important for them to be remembered. And there is clout to that, because those who have passed on in our families, we're not all famous celebrities, Rockefellers, Mellons, Trumps, Bushes, families that our names will go down in history. So our lineage and our names need to be passed down by us. And that's not just by keeping a picture out. The pictures just are reminders so that we do talk about them, so that we do talk about the people we love who have passed on. And maybe we didn't know them that well. Maybe we tell the same story that our mother told us and her mother told her, and back and back and back. And of course the story is going to get changed. It doesn't really matter, just as long as that person is remembered. Because if those we love aren't spoken about, then those we love that are up and coming, our youngsters, our children, those in our family, they're not going to know the stories. So talk to your kids. Tell them the stories of the people you loved and the people that influenced you. And it doesn't have to be blood relation, or maybe it's blood relation that you never met, you just know the stories. But talk to your kids in general. Let them know who they are and where they came from, because that's a big part of who we are. Our roots are very important, and in this time periods of recent, that seemed to be something that is less valued. And but then in the upsurge of Ancestry.com and all the DNA, things like that, well, there's a reason people have this yearning, because our past loved ones are saying, yo, you want us to help you or what? You're about to be here soon. You think we're going to be happy when you come up here and you never even talked to us when we were there? You didn't even tell people about us. What the heck was that about? So we want to make sure we have our past loved ones commemorated in some way. And I have an ancestor altar upstairs, and then my wall right here that you can't see, I keep my grandmother and a few other people that were the closest to me that have passed on. I keep over there just so I can see it all the time. But in my room, I actually have, and I don't advise you put it in your room, I just don't have any space like that where I could put it anywhere else. And you can put an offering there, daily, weekly, monthly, during holidays, however you want. If your grandpa or somebody was a big smoker, find some cigarettes, put some cigarettes there, maybe a pipe with some pipe tobacco, apples, fruit. Some people go as far as to put whatever they're having for dinner, they put a plate out for their relatives too. I don't know how I feel about that, because if you get fruit flies, but you can do that. Just make sure it doesn't stay there longer than a day. The idea behind giving an offering to your past loved ones is the food holds energy, which we know it does because it gives us energy to live, but that energy then goes to them, and it helps them in their karmic journey and arising to wherever they need to ascend to on the other side. Just like that ancestor money I showed you. So, how about a little toast to our loved ones? So I have one for me and one for my ancestors known and unknown. And I have this 7 Moons red blend. This is just a really cool wine. One of our YouTubers here on in the world of intuits and tarot card readers introduced this to me. I checked it out, and it's actually really good. And then I found out from the wine steward at my local wine store that this is actually, the berries are harvested at various times of the moon cycles. Very specifically, they don't harvest it until very specific moon cycles. And I don't know all the engineering into wine, but I'm guessing they may have a little witchy blood in them too. But the wine is actually sweeter when it's picked, when the berries are picked at different points of the moon cycle. And after tasting it, they're not wrong. But I kind of think that maybe we get some of the energy of the moon and the power of the moon when we are eating or drinking from something of the earth that was picked in honor of that energy. And who knows, depending on which cycle it was, it could have been some massive new moon like the past Scorpio new moon we just had, or some nice super moon, full moon. I don't know. But the idea that they think about this is kind of cool to me, and it kind of corresponds with the stuff that we do and talk about. And, just that positive energy. So, open up my wine. And you can really use any wine you want or that you prefer. Or maybe you pick your grandmother or grandfather's favorite. I guess I should be doing Anisette because that was what my grandfather drank. And my grandmother was all about rock and rye. But she loved that stuff. So, I'm going to do a little bit for my ancestors, and I'm giving them my favorite color. I'm giving them purple. Sacrifice. And a little bit to me. All right, you can, of course, if it's nighttime and it's Halloween and your kids are in bed or whatever, sleeping over someone's house for a Halloween party, you can have a little bit more. I'm going like Catholic ceremony. Should I mix it with water? I'm not going that far into my ceremony, but here's to you, ancestors. I'll drink of that energy. And here's to me and the abundance in the time to come. Happy Halloween. Everyone, when they pass, has a karmic debt left behind. Ideally, they wouldn't have this karmic debt, but unfortunately, we're all human, so when we pass, there's some kind of karma left behind. And a way we can pay that forward to those of us who have passed on that we love, there is such a thing called ancestor money. So, I don't know if many of you are familiar with this, but it is a really cool thing. This happens to be from an Asian culture. You can get it from many cultures. You can also get it in denominations from all around the world, not just dollars. The idea isn't what it is or what it looks like. This is an ancient tradition used in many cultures, which is clearing that karmic balance for those who have passed on. And how you do this is you get your trusty cauldron. For me, it's a cauldron. I use this cast iron camping pot. It looks like a cauldron. It's little. It is a little heavy because it is cast iron, but you won't burn down your house. It has a nice lid to cover things up. And then what you want to do is light 2 candles, preferably white, or if you're communing, maybe you want a blue candle for the blue communication, open throat chakra, and a white one. At least always have a white candle if you can, lit somewhere, even if you're 2 pillar candles. I use the little ritual candles so that they burn out quickly, don't have to worry about it. And I might have a white candle as I do over here. You can't see it, but have a white candle burning. That kind of keeps the space cleared. Black candles also helpful, but definitely have a white candle somewhere. And clear your space. If you have an altar, my altar is upstairs, and but I wanted more space, so I put it on my kitchen table. And what you do is you always use your right hand to give. Left hand is the receiving hand. It's probably opposite for you. This is my right hand, though, to burn your ancestor money, okay? And you just say a quick little prayer. Ancestors known and unknown, I love you. I thank you for all that you've done for me, that you do for me, and you will continue to do for me. I would like to pay back some of your karma from this life and other lives with this little token, so that your energy is more open to share with me and I can share back with you. And then I envision between the 2 pillars, 2 candles, once they're lit, a gateway opening, and all of my family members are there. They're all standing there. Those I've never met, that go back and back and back. And even those that maybe aren't blood relation, but they were still family, that maybe have passed on, they're there too. And I close my eyes, and my intention is the gate is open, the candles are our conduit, and let this energy from this karma, remember, it's a symbolic thing. This isn't special paper, it's bamboo paper. It's the intention, it's the energy. It is not some magical piece of paper, and it can only be this paper. You can make your own ancestor money. Maybe do it with your kids just as a nice offering if grandma, grandpa passed on and you want to do a little ritual on Halloween, because when better to commune with grandma and grandpa than on the night the veil has been lifted and the porthole is open. Make sure you close it though, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So I take this, I say, and you could say specific. So maybe I want to talk to my Gram. Gram, this is for you. You're always there for me. You've always been there for me, and I know you always will be for me. I would like to give you this gift of this ancestor money, and I put it in the candle, doesn't matter which candle, and I'm going to put it in my pot. And typically the flame, I don't know if you can see it. Oh my gosh, mine went out. Is that a bad sign? Uh-oh. Graham, what's going on? So if you can see, I don't know if you can see, the flame is green. I don't know if you can see that. Wow, Graham, what's going on here? Uh-oh, it's not a good sign, right? So I'm going to fold it, make it a little easier for it to burn. This typically doesn't happen. I'm going to tell you that right now. It should be a sign. Maybe my Graham's like, I'm not giving you anything, or I don't want your gift. So you see the flame is green. I put it into my pot. Ancestors, known and unknown, this is for you. I love you. I'm just giving you a little gift. I'm just commemorating you here on Halloween to let you know I'm still thinking about you. We still think about you. Maybe I got this wet. That might have happened. A little damp. It has been damp and rainy here the past few days. Today's nice, but it has been damp and rainy. So supposedly the quicker the green flame shows, the quicker your intention goes. And like I said, typically burns faster than this. Maybe I should clear something. Oh my gosh. What are my ancestors telling me? Are they upset with me? Probably. Probably did something. But anyway, either way, they're getting this energy. If they're mad at me or not, I don't care. Okay? I do it inside. You probably, might want to do this outside, especially if you have smoke alarms all over the place. The smoke is quick. It's not really toxic because it's bamboo. And it goes away quickly. Plus, if you have a lid to your pot, you can close it up. What to do with the ashes? I like to wait till the full moon, and I take my ashes and I spread them outside in my garden, or you can spread them outside, but that way it's kind of going back to the earth. You don't want to dispose of them in the trash. Definitely if it's been lit, you don't want to dispose of it in the trash. But it kind of stagnates the energy, and you want that energy of release and giving to continue with the earth. Okay, so that is some of my fun little rituals that I wanted to share with you for Halloween. Making sure you're cleansed and clear, and giving back to those who have given so much to us. This ancestor money, you can get it online. You can get it in Chinatown if you live near a city. You can get it at your bodegas. You can get it online. Chinatown, like I said. Probably New Age shops, places like that. You can pretty much find it a lot of different places, but it is online and easy to find, and it's not expensive. It's just bamboo paper with cool stuff printed on it. Okay, so come back if you're interested. I will be doing a quick Halloween mystery. Let's get rid of the unknown and talk to the other side. All right, see you later.